Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, I got a pretty interesting one for you, and the topic is Caron Butler finally reveals the number one secret Kobe Bryant kept from everyone. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, make sure you check out Dreamerspro Max, an online sports community, place you can talk about basketball, chat live during games. We have that linked in the comment section, so make sure you check that out. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. So as you guys know, that have been on the channel for quite a while now, my favorite basketball player of all time is Kobe Bryant. I think he's that dude, right? He's a top 3 player to me all time. I got Jordan, Kareem, and then you got Kobe up there. I think he's that good. Everybody has their list. Some people agree, disagree. That's fine. And Kobe Bryant is notorious for his work ethic, right? This is not a secret. Kobe Bryant and hard work are synonymous with one another. These two things go hand in hand, right? He is known for being a very hard worker, and there's so many classic stories out there that have been told about some of Kobe Bryant's intense workout regimes and just his overall work ethic, right? Now, I don't believe that Kobe Bryant was the most gifted NBA player of all time. He wasn't the most talented NBA player of all time, and I think a lot of people will concur with that notion. But I do believe that Kobe Bryant is probably the hardest working basketball player that ever lived, right? I think he's probably the hardest working basketball player that's ever lived. And I remember an interview with the former trainer of Michael Jordan, Tim Grover, and they basically asked him this question. They listen, what's the difference between training Kobe Bryant and training Michael Jordan? And he basically said it. He said, listen, Michael Jordan worked hard, but then there was a cutoff point. He would go out, play golf, smoke a cigar, just have fun, right? He said Kobe Bryant, the issue he had with Kobe was that it was very hard to get him to stop. He admitted that Kobe Bryant was a harder worker than Michael Jordan, right? He admitted that. He's like, the issue with Kobe was that we had to try to slow him down because he was doing so much. And he said that was a challenge for him. And you rarely have challenges like that, right? Some people, some people need to be motivated. They need you to put a battery in their back to get them going. Whereas this guy is like, he was already at 150%. He was already running at 150%. And we were trying to bring this guy back down to like 98, right? So even Tim Grover, who trained, the player that most considered to be the GOAT, the greatest player of all time, and Michael Jordan, you don't become that good without a tremendous work ethic. For him to say that this guy worked harder than him, that's a mouthful right there. But these are some of the stories that you hear about Kobe Bryant that he was just on another level. So yesterday I was listening to a podcast episode, and I was listening to one of the former teammates of Kobe Bryant when he was a Laker, and Caron Butler basically explaining what it was like to train with Kobe Bryant when they became teammates. And just to give you a little bit of a background story, essentially the story is this started when Shaquille O'Neal was playing with the Lakers and he got traded, I think it was in 2004, 2005, that summer, to the Miami Heat. And in return, they got Caron Butler, Lamar Odom, and I think another player back to the Lakers. And this is when they became teammates. So this was when he's talking about when him and Kobe Bryant first became teammates and when they really started beginning their journey together as teammates and started training together. So before I go too far, I want you guys to take a listen to Caron Butler basically explaining what it was like to train with Kobe Bryant. Take a listen.
So I get traded. Shaq comes to Miami. I go to Los Angeles. I'm with Kobe first day. Press conference. He signs like $136 million. Never seen like that before. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And the second he signed it, he's like, you ready to black out? And I was like, what is a blackout? He's like, we about to black out, be here at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I was like, blackout, 7 a.m. tomorrow. And the next day we started working out, and I realized what a blackout workout was. It was like you getting your reps in, you getting 50 shots from each spot, 100 makes off the move, you getting all then you get so tired, you see spots, you blacking out. And that was a blackout. And then guess what? I got to tell you the rest. So after that first workout, and you do ones at the end, you go get you something to eat, you take about 3-4 hours to yourself, and you come back. And you black out again.
Oh, my God.
And we did this literally from free agency was always the first week of July. We did it all the way to training camp. And I was just like, dude, it's different. But all like the sacrifices and when your motivation runs low, your discipline take over, all that he was teaching us and instilling in us in the fabric of who we were as competitors. I saw it in real time in the best player on the planet. I was like, this dude is different. And, you know, every city we went in, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, he had high schools rented out to go shoot, like fresh from the airport, take him to a place where he can get his shots up till 4 a.m. Then he comes in the hotel, and he never missed a film session. And it was just, I saw it at a different level, and I was just like, bro, he's different. But those things you apply to your life and you create your thing.
Now, in that soundbite, Caron Butler gave a vivid description of what it was like to train with Kobe. And I dare say that was probably the most insightful explanation of what it was like to train with Kobe. I've read different articles on these different things, but in this particular instance, you're here listening to somebody talk about it and give you examples. You're not reading it. I think he painted a perfect picture, right? He basically explained it to me. And listen, after listening to what he said, even me, I have to say that's absolutely insane, right? Especially the part about the team landing in different cities at like 2 a.m. in the morning, him renting out high school gyms to go to the gym, get up shots till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Then you report to the hotel like at 4 a.m. in the morning, go to bed, wake up, then make it to film. I mean, that's insane, right? That's like a maniacal level of commitment to your craft. Like it's absolutely insane. But I remember once hearing Kobe Bryant basically say, listen, you know, my strategy was very simple. Outwork every single person, you know, just outwork them, put in more hours in a day over years. And after a while, they just won't be able to catch up with me. So Kobe Bryant, as talented as he was a hard worker. He wasn't all about the talk, right? That's why I sit there and laugh at people as, oh, the leader is this, the leader is the guy that sits there and talk. No, the leader is the guy that actually gets the job done. As I said, all of us can talk the talk. Very few of us can actually go out there and walk the walk. And Kobe Bryant was one of those people that wasn't just up there talking. He was up there working his butt off. So I think that was a pretty remarkable footnote in that story. Now, it goes beyond this, right? Because I remember when Kobe Bryant was on that Olympics, that 2008 Olympics team. And, you know, most people, the only people that don't know this are the people that don't know this, right? But it was clearly reported that when Kobe Bryant showed up, all of the players that were there, Dwayne Wade, Darren Williams, LeBron James, all of these guys, they thought they thought they knew how to train. They thought that they were gym rats until they witnessed Kobe Bryant. They said it was after being around Kobe Bryant that they saw that there were levels to it. Them witnessing his greatness and his work ethic actually showed them what it took to potentially become the best player in the world, because for a stretch, Kobe Bryant was the best player in the world. The only people that didn't know that Kobe Bryant was the best player in the world for a number of years are LeBron James fans, Nick Wright, and Shannon Sharp. These are the only people that don't know that, right? Most people, even Caron Butler said that. I don't know where these people came from that never knew this. And it got to the point where people were saying Tim Duncan is better. Nobody thought Tim Duncan was better than Kobe Bryant. Let's just cut that out right there. Kobe Bryant was the most feared basketball player in the world for years. 4 years. Tim Duncan was a stud. But Kobe Bryant was better. We all know this, right? And when they got to see Kobe Bryant up close and see how he trained, it was powerful. And that's why I think that, let me just kind of digress for a moment here. That's why I think that the company you keep will ultimately determine your success. I'm sorry to say, right? If you hang out with dogs, you catch fleas. If you hang out with the right people that are doing the right things, that have the right habits, over time, it will rub off on you. But if you hang out with lazy people, you associate with people that never talk about any ideas, all they can do is talk about people and things, they're never really doing anything, you're going to ultimately end up turning into one of those people. And when they were able to get around someone that worked that hard, that was that committed to their craft, it influenced them in a positive way, right? LeBron James is one of the hardest working basketball players of all time. And I guarantee you, him being around Kobe Bryant in that 2008, Olympics and seeing how hard he trained, because nobody trained harder than Kobe, LeBron James is like, okay, there are other levels in which I can get to, and other players openly admitted that, like Carmelo Anthony and others. Just go hunt down that information if you missed it. So for me, I think this brings me to Kobe Bryant's greatest strength, which is his greatest strength was self-awareness. I think that was Kobe Bryant's greatest strength. His greatest strength was self-awareness. Kobe knew exactly what his shortcomings were as a basketball player, and he said it. He said it. He said, I was fast, but I wasn't the fastest. I was strong. I wasn't the strongest. I had big hands, but I didn't have the biggest hands. I was athletic, but I wasn't the most athletic, right? Some people had a 40+ inch vertical. He said that. And because Kobe was aware of his weaknesses, he knew exactly what to work on. He knew that he had room for improvement, but those people that feel like they're perfect, there's no need for improvement, they don't need to get better, you can't tell them anything. So even if they have shortcomings, they'll never know it, right? So for me, I think that was his greatest strength, was that he was self-aware. He knew who he was, and he knew who he could become. Some people never even get to that level, right? There are people out there that aren't even aware of that aspect of themselves, and they never improve, right? So for me, if you combine self-awareness with an extreme work ethic and a competitive spirit, then you can do amazing things in this life. Right? If you stir those three ingredients together in a pot, and you really get it down right, I think you can do tremendous things in your life. And I think Kobe Bryant is an example of that. And that's the reason why you see some of his peers speak so highly about him. That listen, this guy, he was on another level. So those are my thoughts. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about what Caron Butler said? What do you think about some of the things that I said? Whatever you think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.